Baki Hanma is the main protagonist of the manga and anime series Baki, a story centered on extreme hand-to-hand combat and the pursuit of ultimate strength. From a young age, Baki dedicates himself to becoming the strongest fighter in the world, driven by his desire to surpass his father, Yujiro Hanma, who is known as the strongest creature on Earth. Throughout the series, Baki undergoes brutal training and faces increasingly powerful opponents, from underground fighters to ancient warriors, constantly pushing his body and mind beyond normal human limits. Despite his calm and often humble personality, he possesses extraordinary combat instincts, resilience and determination, making him one of the most formidable martial artists in fiction. Let's see how he can achieve his physique, combat style and overall skills. Baki is huge. He has a bodybuilder-like physique at 17. 17! Of course, the author had to be onto something really strong to give this physique to a 17-year-old kid, but hey, it's an anime, so everything is possible. Of course, our main focus will be mass. Strength will come too, but the strength will be more combat-based, to fit his physical abilities. So hypertrophy and strength it is. Now, for the combat style, we can't really attribute any martial art to his combat style because he adapts to every opponent. With that in mind, doing some Muay Thai, boxing or Kung Fu will be great, but even greater will be to achieve an ultra-adaptive MMA style. Since the fights are mostly hand-to-hand, MMA will be perfect. You'll just have to adapt to every situation, so this is why Muay Thai, boxing or even Kung Fu will do the work. Honestly, just see if there is a local MMA gym or coach and go and train there. This will build a solid base for the combat style. With all of this we can add flexibility and explosiveness. I've said it a million times in every anime physique video I made, stretching is vital for you. It is more than just being flexible. It helps with your range of motion, recovery and it even prevents injuries. Moving on to explosiveness. So here we won't do plyometrics even though they are useful. So basically plyometrics are exercises that focus on stretching and contracting a muscle at max speed to create explosiveness. In Baki's case we don't need plyometrics, we need combat focused explosiveness, which can be trained with plyometrics, true, but it is best to train it while practicing the martial art. The more you'll be in a fighting situation, the more you'll train this explosiveness and the more you'll learn how to use it. And finally, endurance. Baki needs endurance to fight the beast he's up against. While fighting almost to death, you cannot run out of breath. You lose. So endurance is a must in every martial art. Alright, here's the plan. If you've watched my anime physique videos, you'll be surprised by the appearance of this one. To be honest, the Baki physique gave me the hardest time in terms of putting everything together because I didn't want you to just have his physique. I want you to become Baki. And so arranging everything can sometimes be hard, but anyway, here it is. You'll be doing 3 full bodies and you'll have 2 sessions of MMA. Every working day has the following structure: the exercise, the number of sets times the number of reps. I know what you may think, there are not enough sets. Wrong. Do you even imagine the load your nervous system has to take when lifting heavy weights? Let me tell you something. Like I've said a million times, the nervous system recovers more slowly than the muscular system. So if you think that your muscular system has recovered, great, but there is a great chance that your nervous system didn't yet recover. Since there are only 1 or 2 sets, go all in. Muscle adaptation only works if you go harder than last time, so here you don't have the choice. Every muscle will have 2 working sets per week because if you add the MMA fighting, which is also a full body training, you're going to create more fatigue than your body could handle. The rep ranges are only 9 to 10 and max. The 9 to 10 rep range will be best suited for hypertrophy, but will also give you some strength. And the max will only be for the hollow body hold. You'll have to hold the position for as many seconds as possible. Okay, let's start with full body 1, squats. Doing squats at the beginning of the workout will give a testosterone boost for the whole day and for days to come. This will build overall leg strength and vertical pushing strength. Next, weighted chin-ups. Not pull-ups because we need mass in those lats, and chin-ups is in my opinion the best suited for lats mass with the lat pullovers. Doing weighted chin-ups can damage your biceps and tear them, so be careful while doing them. This will build back width and biceps mass. Next, incline bench press. This will target the upper part of the pecs and bring a nice and round shape to your pecs, making your upper body look bigger. This is also good for pushing strength. If you have a big rib cage, set the bench at 45 degrees, and if you have a normal rib cage, set it at around 30 degrees. After that, lateral raises. You can either do them with cables or the classic dumbbell lateral raises. This will create the bolder shoulders we want. Next, seated overhead press. I will recommend doing it with dumbbells and at an 80 degrees bench angle. This will create the endurance for your shoulders, punching strength and of course bring mass to the shoulders. And finally, cable overhead extension for the triceps. I recommend the V-bar or the straight bar simply because the rope isn't quite the best for triceps mass. I tried the rope and the bars and I prefer all day every day the bars, specifically the straight bar. This exercise will create triceps mass. Alright, full body 2. Starting strong with Romanian deadlifts. This will build the posterior chain strength vital for fighting and will build hamstrings and glutes mass primarily. The calves and lats will also be triggered, but it's nothing compared to the hams and glutes. Next we have weighted dips. This will build the lower and middle part of the pecs, giving strength and mass to the pecs, front delts and triceps. After that we have bent over barbell rows. This will create the thickness of the back and this will help with pulling actions like bringing your arm back to strike harder. This will bring definition and mass to the upper back. Next we have once again lateral raises, to create the boulder shoulders. Then reverse flies. You can either do them with cables or on the machine. This exercise will create even more definition in the mid-back, but will primarily target the rear delts, giving the final touch to the boulder shoulders. And finally, incline biceps curls. I recommend that you set up the bench at an angle of 45 degrees to get the sweet spot for contraction and stretch. This exercise will build the biceps thickness we want and need. And last but not least, full body 3. Starting with leg extensions. This exercise will build the quads mass and definition we need. If you can lean back a bit just to get a better quad stretch, it will be perfect. After that we have seated leg curls. The seated variation will be the best one if you want mass on the hamstrings. It gives the best stretch and tension. Next, calf raises. This will build the mass and strength in the calves and it can help with the explosiveness. After this we have shrugs. Shrugs will bring this massive look to your upper body and will support your back and arms. Next, neck curls. Neck curls are a must because without them, you will not have the neck thickness wanted. Once again, Baki is just big, like very big, so even the neck needs hypertrophy. Be careful here, if your neck isn't warmed up enough, you may hurt yourself. I mean, like every exercise in here. And finally, the hollow body hold. To maintain a good core strength and to prevent injuries, the hollow body hold is golden. Hold the position as much as possible, but don't lift your legs too high. If you lift your legs and hands just 15 centimeters or in freedom units 6 inches, it is more than perfect. With all of this, there are some things you need to know and apply. Always warm up before an exercise. 2 warm-up sets is the minimum and the maximum I suggest. Just go light and warm up the muscle gradually. Rest 2 to 3 minutes between every set, and that is even the warm-up sets. Always have a proper execution and don't ego lift, you'll damage your muscles more than anything else. On every workout day, in the morning, do 30 minutes of light cardio. Just get your heart moving and heart rate steady. Stretch on every rest day for 20 to 30 minutes. Once again, this is vital for this type of physique. And another thing that is vital is rest, so please keep the rest days. Do not add any workout or more combat training. Don't even add cardio. Just chill and stretch. You need to understand that with 2 MMA training days, 3 full bodies and morning cardio, your nervous system will fry if you don't let it rest. So give yourself enough sleep, enough rest, and don't smoke or drink alcohol. Alcohol and smoking are harmful for you as an athlete and will damage your recovery and overall body. And last but not least, try to give at least 1 day off between the workout days. Training for MMA will be hard on your nervous system, but it's still okay compared to 2 days back to back to the gym. So in a week, you'll have to manage 3 workouts and cardio and 2 MMA training. It is basically a lifestyle. Plus, if you have a job, you practically have no life. But hey, that's how you become the best. That's how you can achieve Baki's physique and combat style. With all of this, you'll need some serious nutrition. You'll need to know your BMR and TDEE, and based on this, you'll have to figure out if you need to be on a bulk, cut or maintenance. If you can't see your abs and have too much body fat, be on a cut. If you are sub 10% body fat, be on a surplus. And if you are around 10 or 11% body fat, be on a maintenance or a slight surplus of 150 to 200 kilocalories to equilibrate with the mass gained. You can honestly ask an artificial intelligence to help you with nutrition. But if you want, I made 2 videos that talk about nutrition. The first one talks about the basics of nutrition, macronutrients and micronutrients. And the second one talks about the gut-brain axis, the link between the brain and the gastrointestinal tract. And if you want to learn more about your muscular system, check out my video on the subject. And of course, I made other anime physique videos so that you can get inspired by another physique or make your own based on the models I provide. Ladies and gentlemen, that was everything I had to say. If you want to see another physique on here, let me know it in the comments. If you enjoyed, let me know it in the comments too. And we will meet next time for some other video. And like always, take care.